This is the Aries December 2015 love and partnership as well as general forecast. And we're going to start off with your love and partnership reading, Aries. Your first card that comes up is that card of stability, of security, of the anchor in the storm. So at the beginning of this month, your partnerships and relationships are either leaving you feeling with that feeling of security or that need for security. But security is an issue for you. And you need to feel anchored. You need to feel grounded. You need to feel as if that is the one thing in your life that you can rely on. And what you do know is that your partner, be it platonic, romantic, or business, needs to be your friend. They need to stand by your side. They first and foremost need to be your friend. That is important to you. What you don't know is you are not dealing with a feeling of betrayal or a feeling of some underhanded business that you never dealt with. I somehow don't think this is still coming up. This is something you haven't dealt with. I think your feeling of security and the need that for your partner to be your best friend or a good friend, those feelings are arising because of something they have said or done which makes you feel that they are not that true friend, that they don't offer you that stability. And your next step to take is that you have to deal with this because it's eating away at you little by little. It's gnawing away at you and it's corroding your relationship, be this a romantic or a platonic relationship. Now, your guidance card here is the card of rebirth, which means spring is coming. Winter is done with and spring is coming, metaphorically speaking. So perhaps what you need to do here is you need to clear the slate. You need to have a good talk about it. If it is something that is done and dusted, and if you've already spoken about it, but it's still eating away at you, then you need to just make that mental effort to tie it up, knot it, and throw it away, discard it. It is done because there is a new beginning. Your overall guidance card you see is that of a new moon promise. So there is a new something coming. There's a new element coming or a new person coming, or the relationship will renew itself. It will go back to what you want it to be, or even better. You just need to deal with that sense of betrayal. You need to get in there, deal with it, dust it off, and it's done and dusted. It's finished. Because the other card that came up, I'm now hopping and skipping through your reading here. Well, let's have a look at both of them at the same time, because your overall card is the one that says your love will stand the test of time. Even so, make sure you treasure each moment together. So this partnership or relationship can stand the test of time, and it will. But make sure that you're appreciating that person, that you're showing your appreciation for that person. It's not always the case that somebody does something which we feel is a betrayal because we haven't given them that appreciation. But I'd say 50% of the time that is the case, and now it seems to be the case. Make them feel wanted, make them feel appreciated, make them feel like they're the apple of your eye, right? Because your outcome card is that of long-term security, stability. It's the card of institutions. In other words, this relationship can be an institution. It can stand the test of time and it can deliver that which you expect from it. But you need to make some internal adjustments to what has happened and to perhaps your part in why it happened, if you want it to be that long-term relationship that will stand the test of time. Okay, so that is your partnership and love reading for December, Aries. Now we're going to move on to your general forecast reading. Now your general forecast reading, I think, ties in a little with your love and relationship reading this month. Because there's a feeling of being orphaned, as the first card says, a feeling of not belonging, a feeling of standing to one side and not being part of the group, as if you can't identify with them any longer. They're doing things and saying things which you don't feel part of, and perhaps a sense of rejection. Your challenge here is going to be honest with yourself. So this came up in your relationship reading, it's coming up in your general reading. You need to look at what part you played in it. Even if it's inadvertently, little things we do and say, or even things we ignore, or things we feel we should have said and done, and we just thought, well, I'm not going to worry about it now. It's not a case of pointing a finger, it's not a case of fault, it's a case of things headed down a certain path because one did not watch for the warning signs. You ignored them because at the time you did not feel like dealing with them. Now, your guidance in this for your challenge is the Radiance card. So what the Radiance card says is stop worrying, stop being unhappy, stop looking at all the negative things, let them go. So once you've looked honestly at how you arrived at this point and perhaps why, let it go, let the sun come in, smile again, laugh again, enjoy life, and love with an open heart, because it all will come back to you again. Now, later in the month, there seems to be a little bit of chaos and conflict coming in. Now, this is maybe a bit of fallout from what's happened. What it's going to do, though, is it's going to clear the debris out. So, whatever's left, whatever fur balls left in the dark corners of what has happened, they will be blown out by this wind that comes through. So expect something later in the month that now clears out the final bit of this, whatever it is that has made you unhappy and feel rejected and slighted even. Earlier in the month, there's unfinished business, something you have not taken care of. This is all tying together very, very strongly here. So it's time to finish whatever it is. You can only move on once you finish this. If you do not finish up whatever it is that needs to be finished up, whether it is acceptance, whether it's an apology, whether it is just a decision that you need to move on and clear out that which no longer serves you or which you know is finished and you need to move on. Until you've done that, you'll find yourself in the same spot for a long time. Then your next step is going to be to know that you have everything, I want to say in your hands, right before you, to build firm foundations for the future. It's right there. You're not actually going to have to look elsewhere for it. You have it right in front of you. And it's up to you to set those firm foundations with your intentions and your behavior. But you have it right there. You don't have to look for it. Because your guidance card here also talks about new beginnings. So you've got 2 cards here with new beginnings. So you have the potential for a new beginning, a better beginning, a new dawn as such, a brighter day. But it is up to you. You are going to have to make that decision. Because your outcome card says, even though you started out the month feeling rejected and dejected and not part of the group, you're going to find the group. Or you're suddenly going to feel like you do belong to the group again. Or perhaps you become part of a new group and you find a sense of belonging and a true sense of joy in actually interacting with this group. It could possibly have something to do with something you do, whether it's a hobby or your job or a passion or something. You're going to form part of a group, become part of a group that shares that passion, and in that you will find great joy. Okay, and then your guidance, overall guidance, is that of focus, which means you need to center, think, gather all your thoughts and your energies into one place and set your intention with great focus where you want to go. You're a bit scattered at the moment and you need to focus. Because the Mockingbird, which is your soul path card for the month, says you need to be honest. Here we go again with honesty, right? You need to be honest about who you are, what you like, and you need to live that honesty. You need to walk your talk. You have quite possibly, that is perhaps where you have been inadvertently playing a part in what played out that made you unhappy, in that you weren't being honest with yourself about who you are and what you want and what you consider to be acceptable. And speak up. Speak up about that. It's important. Okay, Aries, so that is your general forecast for December 2015. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and listening.